Hi, I'm going to do an evaluation of the Broodminder scale. Broodminder is a scale that you can put under your honeybee colonies and get daily weight measurements, actually hourly or every 15-minute weight measurements. I've purchased 5 of them for a research project I was doing, and right after I started the project I realized that I couldn't reliably get data from my 5 devices, so I bought 2 more, hoping in the end to be able to get data from my 5 hives for this project that I committed to. I called Broodminder and talked to Rich Morris, the lead drone of Broodminder, and he acknowledged that they had some problems with Android devices and the connection between Broodminder on Wi-Fi and the Android devices. Rich came out and looked, took some measurements, and committed to getting a technical solution. Apparently, about 25% or more of Android devices won't connect reliably to the Broodminder scale. Rich is absolutely committed to getting that technical problem fixed. So the customer service from them is excellent. As I said, and you'll see shortly, there are difficulties in getting connections between the scale and your phone. In my case, I have a Galaxy Samsung S8, which is only about a year old, and it won't connect all the time. Broodminder is a very clever device. As you can see, it comes like this in the package when you buy one. It's everything you need to set it up is included. You take this slide off, this plastic slide, and you retain this piece because you'll use it later on. It's 2 parts. As you can see, there's a battery here. What you want to do is you push the battery in and it goes into place. Watch. I'm trying to make sure you see the light after it goes in. This little extra piece of plastic is in there. This little extra piece of plastic is in there to help you remove the battery should you need to do that. Did you see the light? I hope you caught it. Alright, so that's the light that goes on that shows the battery's in place. The Broodminder is now ready to be set on your hive. So, you take the metal piece, you put it on the Broodminder, put it back together. Like this. Alright, it's almost ready to be used. Take your plastic sleeve that came with it, and you're going to slip the plastic sleeve back onto the Broodminder itself. As you can see, you slide this piece down, and the scale is ready now to be placed under your hive. You place it under the front of the hive, and you use a 2x4 under the rear of the hive, and that is one of the recommended installations. The most accurate installation is using an angle iron under the rear of the hive, but the 2x4 does give you a reasonable weight. You have to make sure the scale is level, so you'll need a level, and you'll also need some shims to shim your colony straight. The Broodminder app is available from the Google Play Store. Google app is really easy to use. It comes up with the various unique Broodminder IDs, and you can then click on it and sync to that specific broodminder. However, connection is unreliable with Android devices. You sync on it, you'll get a graph, as you'll see in a few moments, how it connects and what it tells you when it's done transferring the data. It is very easy to do a couple extra features with it. One is they have already put in a email the hive hour by hour data right here. You hit that and you can email your data from a specific hive to yourself and then download it into an Excel format. On the Excel table, you'll get quite a few columns of data. You'll get columns that pertain to the version of the Broodminder, the device that you're connecting to, the time and date of the download of the data. You get humidity and weight, humidity and temperature. The humidity is way off, and they do not advertise it, and it doesn't work. They also give you a temperature. In the few points that I tried to correlate with the official temperature of an airport, which is about 3 miles away, I have always been between 10 and 15 degrees different. That could be because of my location. It could be because perhaps my colonies are shaded certain times of the day. I did not do enough correlation to be able to definitely say the temperature does not work accurately. So the ones that I was interested in is the time and date of the data sample of the weight, and then what the actual weight was. You do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 weights, and that helps you adjust and to make sure that your broodminder is balanced and that you're getting equal weight on both ends of it. But the overall weight is what I'm interested in, and here is a sheet that shows the data that I was curious about. You have the time and date on the left column there, as you can see right here. And that is how it plays out. And then there's the temperature and humidity that I had talked about. And then the scale weight. And you can see the scale weight right here. I did hour by hour to save battery, and that was sufficient for me. It gives a lot of data. The weight is accurate. As you can see, the broodminder is placed under the front of the hive, and the 2x4 is used at the rear of the hive. This is one of the methods in the directions for a broodminder that's an acceptable installation. This is how all of the 5 hives that I'm using are installed. Using the Broodminder app, which as you can see on my smartphone is an application, comes up, and this happens to be hive 9C. You notice 9C down here. I'll hit it. The signal is fairly strong. And it will come up with a graph of both the temperature and the weight. Now, I'll sync it. And as you can see, it's connecting right now with the Broodminder. It's trying to connect. The signal strength is 42%, and it's still trying to connect one signal. This is actually an extremely good signal. Typically I have they're in the teens as a signal strength. You can see it's still trying to connect. Now it's finally connected and it's retrieving data. Transfer is complete, and it's asking if I should sync with the cloud, which I will not do right now. I'll now try a second hive. This is hive EF. It's now connecting with the Broodminder at a signal strength of 14%. It's retrieving data. And its transfer is complete, and this was a really good quick transfer, which is not normal. Now I will connect with hive E with hive 1E. As you can see, the signal strength is 6%. Trying to connect. It's approximately 8-10 inches away from where the broodminder is. I will move it up. So that it's right next to the broodminder. Signal strength is still 6%. It is still connecting with Broodminder 1E. As you can see, it's still not connected, which is a pretty typical problem. I understand the Android operating system has a problem in connecting with broodminders on about 25% of all phones, which is unfortunately a problem. I have a Samsung Galaxy S8, which is a fairly recent version, and it doesn't do a good job of connecting. And I've contacted Broodminder about this. As you can see how close the phone is to the Broodminder scale. One of the apps that Broodminder has done after I called with them is a reset for Android. You can see this. There's a reset for Bluetooth Android. I will hit it. It says it takes 5 seconds to reset. It's reset. I will now put my phone back under 1E and see if the reset had any effect. It's going to search. and it's connecting. As you can see, it has not connected yet, and this is a common problem. In the event you wish to contact Rich Morris of Broodminder, his phone number is 608-201-6227. It's rich@broodminder.com. And it's also www.broodminder.com for their website. So I hope this evaluation of a broodminder has been helpful to you. This is my first ever evaluation, probably my last, but I wanted to get the information out to you in the event you're considering purchasing one. I would purchase one again with the product support service I'm getting from Rich, although it does have difficulties with Android at this time. So since my evaluation was finished and I started compiling the YouTube clip, Rich Morris from Broodminder has come back to me with a second Android fix. I updated my app on my smartphone. I went out and I tried it on 2 hives, and it worked. The hives connected right away. So on a sample of 2, he may have fixed the Android issues, and hopefully into the future then we'll have reliable connections.